Mm. Hello, my name is Gwen. This is Cassia, our beautiful model. She's going to be doing our flow with us today, our gentle somatic flow. So get yourself comfortable. You'll want to have a place in your home that's nice and flat and spacious so that you can lay the legs right out and you can have the arms gently by your side. So I'm going to give Cassie a little bit of room so she can bring her arms down, but outward. Almost like somebody gave a little bit of a tug from your elbows out so the shoulders can kind of nestle down. You want them to be able to nestle down into the floor. So really take your time to settle in and then bring all of your awareness down the legs and make sure that they are comfortably far apart and that the feet can splay. And welcome to your practice. Inhale, feel that inhale. And on the exhale, feel that beautiful inner smile. Beautiful. As you inhale, feel the belly rise and the lungs fill up. And as you exhale, feel the whole body surrender. And as we're breathing here together, notice what it's like just as the eyes are closing. And then notice what it's like, the muscles around the eyes. And then drift off through the facial muscles and you'll feel them smoothen out here. And notice that breeze at the back of the throat and let that be your meditation. Bring all your awareness to that light little ocean sound. So as you fill up, you may notice that beautiful coolness coming in like a wave. And as you exhale, notice the belly draw in and the body become a little bit heavier. Nice. Coming into a body scan, go ahead and drop your awareness at the heels. Feel the weight of the heels. And notice the toes. You can let them dance here. You can give a little bit of movement into the toes. And you're going to gently draw your awareness up the lower leg and feel where you're hitting the mat, where you're heavy on the mat here, and where you're light on the mat. So feel one side and then the other. And then pour that awareness into those beautiful knees and feel the quality that you've brought into your practice. All the way up through the thigh and feel the fullness and the weight coming down. Through the sit bones. Spend a little of attention here and feel one side and the other. And notice the evenness or unevenness. And does one feel a little higher up than the other? And then go ahead and pour your awareness into that lower spine, into the lower back. And how far are you off the mat? And the awareness will come all the way to the back of the heart. And feel the broadening and widening through the back of the shoulders. Down through the arms and notice the weight of the elbows to the fingertips. All the way up through the cervical spine of the neck. Give the head a light little rock as you feel all the subtleties, all the nice little, beautiful little tugs. So a micro movement of the head from right to left. Just so that you can feel the width, the base of the skull, and the back of the neck. And then you'll come into your stillness and take that inner little snapshot, or in today's language, that selfie, that internal selfie. Beautiful. So notice your starting point. We're gently going to now, on your next breath, just gently drag one foot up and bend the knee on any side that feels good, and the other side will follow. Coming into advanced lower back and QL release today. And as we come through this flow, there's a lot of details. And if it's your first time attempting this flow, please cut yourself some slack and just have some fun. Really dial into the playfulness of this pose. I love to bring my hands onto these iliac crests, these little protrusions that come right out from the top here. So go ahead and place your hands, maybe the fingers facing each other, just very lightly. And we're going to start on the right side. You're going to press into the right foot, and that hip is going to peel up off of the floor. And that, yeah, you'll feel it come right into the right hand. And then the hand will come downward with the hip. And you're going to come in and out of that. And you're going to press into that right foot. The hip will come up into that hand. Beautiful. And then slowly it'll come downward. Nice. So you'll feel the hip come up away from the floor. The knee will feel like it's coming forward a wee bit. And then slowly, slowly, it'll come downward. So if you're experiencing any pain, any discomfort, a micro movement, a little slower. If you can feel any jaggedness, any stickiness, a little slower, a little bit more mindful. Nice. To create this pathway. And then we're going to add on here. So the hand now can come down to the floor, and you can do a few now without the hand. Press into that right foot, the hip comes up, and we're going to add on. Now the shoulder blade can come down into the floor, same side. Head can roll in that general direction. And it might feel like you're hugging the spinal column with that shoulder blade. So like a little mini back bend. The hip will come up, the shoulder will come down into the floor, the blade will come into the spine. And then beautiful. And then that sweet surrender. Nice. Beautiful. Nice. And then a little add-on here. The hip will come up. So you give a light little press when you can. The shoulder blade will come into the spine, the head will roll, and the knees will press into each other as best you can. And then you'll slowly come out of that contraction and feel the body surrender and melt. And then you can do that again several times and make it a game now. See if you can do it a little quicker and maybe all at once. Nice. And then one more. Nice. And then the last add-on. You do all of that. You press into the right foot. The right hip comes up. Shoulder, head, squeeze, hips come up off of the mat, and then you roll the right hip down first. Beautiful. And then the left. And everything back to center. And relax. So notice how much coordination, all the muscles, groups of muscles, I like to call them families, work together here. So have some fun. Beautiful. Right hip comes down first, then the left. And then how well can the body surrender? Nice, beautiful. I'll talk you through it the best I can. Gently you press into that right foot, the right hip comes up. Shoulder blade comes in, the head rolls into that general direction of the right. Squeeze the knees, lift the pelvis. Right comes down first, then the left. When you feel complete, let yourself rest. You can knock the knees together. The heels can come outward, toes inward. And then notice the edges of your pelvis. And then draw that internal line all the way up to those knees and down through to the heels. Up through the heel to the knee and down through those outer hips today. And just notice how it feels, this tingling, this somatic hum right underneath the skin. A lot going on. You may want to lengthen through the legs just to discover what that sensation is with a light body scan from the heels all the way up through that right side to the sit bone. And then from the sit bone to the shoulder to the base of the head here, the skull. And if you were seated and laying in the sand on a beach, would this side feel like it's imprinting a little deeper in the sand? And then feel all the way up through the left to the sit bones and feel that fullness of this side all the way to the back of the shoulder, all the way into the base of the skull. Take that internal snapshot. Nice. And then we'll come right over to the other side. So go ahead and set yourself up the same way by dragging one foot up at a time, planting it, and then the other. So left side. You may need the hands on the hips to give you that little bit more information to the brain. So this will be feeding a lot of information to the brain, the hands. So feel that left foot and feel it press. And bit by bit, slowly the left hip peels upward, the right one stays down. Nice. And as we're moving like this, feel all the muscles that are coming in through the lower leg, the upper leg, that lower spine, all the way up where the QL lives, right on the back of the rib cage, attaching at the back of the pelvis to the back of the rib cage there. Nice. And just a few more times. Take your time and notice. No hurry. No hurry to undo and let go and repattern. Beautiful. And then once you've done about 3, you can gently let the left arm come down to your mat, to your floor, wherever you are. And then on your next natural breath, give a little press through the left foot. Feel your way through as the left shoulder blade comes down. Maybe inward like a little back bend as the head rolls in that general direction. And then slowly, slowly, we come back to center. A lot going on in this one, so please take your time. Nice deep breaths. You never have to do as many as we're doing. And you may want to go a little slower. So please take your time. Repatterning the muscles takes time. So as we repattern, we bring a little bit more awareness into the body by noticing what muscles are coming in as we move like this. And how do those muscles release as we come down to our mat? How well? And then the next add-on, as the hip peels up The knees might want to press together. The shoulder blade comes in a mini back bend and the head rolls in that general direction. Let it feel delicious. So we're not going so far into it where we feel a little too much. Just a little bit at a time. Beautiful. And then make this part a game. Can you do that all at once now? Can you bring the hip up, shoulder down, head rolling, squeeze, and then gently come on out of it. Nice. For the final destination today, we're going to lift the pelvis at the end. So when you're ready, take a breath and relax here. And then very slowly you can let the hip peel up this left side. A little squeeze to the knees as the head rolls and the blade comes into the spine. Here you can lift the pelvis. And as you lift, you'll gently roll the left side down first and then the right side. And notice how it feels like water, like putty, like jelly. This fluidity in the hips. That's the element of this chakra. So feel like it's made out of water. As the left one comes down first, and then the right slowly. Beautiful. From this perception, from my view, it looks like water. And I'm not sure what it feels like for Cassia, but it certainly looks very fluid-like. So wherever you are, maybe you'll come into a light little body scan. Beautiful. The legs can splay out. And then sense and feel as you wriggle your toes, how it feels through the heels, how it feels through your lower leg and the knees today. Is there any differences through the upper leg? Any subtle shifts through the sit bones? All the way through that lower spine? Is it a little closer to the floor? What's that sensation like? All the way through the mid-spine and the shoulders. Here you can give a light little rock to the back of the head, very softly. And then come into your stillness. Inhale deeply. Exhale, connect to that inner grin. Nice. Coming into moving twist. This is a beautiful integrative move. This will rinse and wring out all the old. So for this one, you'll go ahead and bend up your knees. And the toes will come in the direction of each other-ish and the heels out so that you can knock the knees. The arms will come out by your side comfortably, one palm up and one palm down. And then start with the arms first. So we'll break it up and we'll start with the upper body first. So slowly one hand comes up and one palm goes down. These light little wringing out, and you can leave them on the floor and you're just wringing out all the arm fibers. And now we can let the head come on to the party. So as one palm comes up, the head rolls in that direction. That shoulder can kind of come down a little further into the mat. And then you'll roll the other palm up, head rolls in that direction, and the shoulders can come downward. And just notice how the shoulders are moving in this nice light little twist of the upper body, wringing out all of these beautiful arm fibers. Nice. What we might be carrying. And then we'll bring in the lower half when you're ready. The knees will slowly drift over to the palm that's up. So rolling over the baby toe edge and rooting into that big toe edge of the foot. So feel the big toe edge. Nice. And that's where we have a lot of control, in that big toe edge of the foot. So if your knees are very sensitive, then leave that knee rather high. The baby toe edge knee can drift over a little more. And play, be very playful with this. So if the knees are sensitive, this is a beautiful rotation for them. A little bit of friction, a little bit of agitation is therapeutic for the knees, and this one is, in particular, is very safe. Rooting into the big toe edge, leaving that knee high. Baby toe edge can drift over. Nice. And now have some fun. Wringing out the arms, rolling the head, pressing the shoulders. Maybe you inhale through center and then exhale. Feel all the muscles that are required for this movement. And celebrate. It's one of my favorite moves to start any practice or end a practice. Nice. So feel the hips as you're wringing out. Notice the knees as they drift from right to left. And feel the soles of the feet as you float from one edge to the other. Nice. And then let yourself rest when you feel complete. You can stay in this one for quite some time. Maybe 10 repetitions. Maybe it's 5 for you. And here you're going to rest just for a brief moment, because we're going to come up in a forward fold. So very softly, we're going to need the use of a wall for the next somatic flow. So make sure that you either have a couch where the tush can rest on, or a wall that you can lean the tush into. So from where you are now, gently roll over to one side and let yourself use that lower arm as a pillow. The top leg can rest into the lower leg. And just feel how wide the width of the back body. Beautiful. Take another breath. Give yourself a pat on the back. And then very softly you can use that hand to press into the floor, lengthen through the top leg, beautiful, and then go ahead and sit up. Somatically, we're going to stand up. So from happy seat, we're going to bring one leg right over so that we can kind of roll over to our hands and knees. And from our hands and knees, we're going to bring one foot up. And then bring all the hands into that front thigh as you come up. And so then from a standing position, we're going to come right into the wall, wherever that is for you. And let yourself just rest at the wall. Nice. And from there, you may need the feet out a little bit more. So go ahead and really lean in. The sit bones are attached. They're not going to move from the floor. I'm going to observe Cassia while I teach. So nice and easy here. Go ahead and bend your knees just a little bit. Nice. Just a little bit, a micro bend to the knees. So you come into the sponginess. And then from here, you're going to peel the head off first, off of the wall. And you're going to roll one vertebrae at a time downward. So know that you can move the feet out more as you bend the knees. Nice. And then once you come down to kind of like a back catcher's stance, baseball players, go ahead and take one forearm down and then the other. Nice. From here, rock from one sit bone to the other and just feel that gentle rock. It might feel like the sit bones are walking up, 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 or they might be staying in one spot. And then from here, very softly press into the thighs and roll yourself all the way back up. Pace the spine right back up, all the way to the back of the skull maybe, just so that you can feel the balancing of the skull. Palms can come together in deep appreciation, just a light little press, and then connect to the heart center and press. And notice what happens to the shoulders. They'll drop and come away from the earlobes. And now we're going to come into the fold. So we wanted to prepare the spine. So nice and easy here. Bend the knees when you're ready. Use the hands to lower, so the head comes lowering first, the shoulders, the torso. Beautiful. Cassia can go all the way down to the floor. If some of you can't, you can hang on to the elbows and rest them if you need to, but we'll teach it full pose. So here we go into the somatic exploration. The head's going to come up just a wee bit, and then the arms are going to come up to the nose, just to the nose, yeah. The head comes up a little bit more, and then the hands and arms come up to the nose. And one more time. Arms to the nose, and then relax and soften all the way down. Slowly now you can use the hands to pace that spine all the way up. Beautiful, Cassia. It's so nice to see this. And you can bring the spine slowly so that you can lean into the floor, explore. Nice. And then when you're up, eyes can remain closed, palms meet, thumbs press, and feel into you. And notice what this feels like all the way up and down the spine. Nice. And usually I like to do things in threes. So if you'd like to do one more, let's just see. So it's all an experiment. This is our laboratory. The head comes down first. Shoulders peel away, and then notice systematically as the spine makes its way down. And then have some fun either hanging or coming into a supported forward fold with the forearms resting just above the knees. And then from here, the head rises first. The hands come up to meet the nose. So just a micro little lift of the head, and the arms come to meet the nose. And the head one more time. Hands and arms meet the nose, and then relax all the way down. Beautiful. You can hang here. You can feel the difference now with the sit bones possibly. Maybe they feel a little higher up. And you might have felt quite a release of the hamstrings and the spine. Beautiful. From here, you can bring yourself back up to the wall by rolling. Let yourself rest once you get up there by bringing the palms of your hands together and the thumbs at the sternum. Give a good press into that sternum. And let yourself breathe here. Nice. From here, we'll come into a seated posture. Any which way that you can make your way down to the floor very softly here, either kneeling or seated. Feel into your body. Scan where you're meeting the floor, and then feel that beautiful pull up through the pelvis, the spine stacking, shoulders underneath the earlobes, head balancing beautifully. Notice that inner landscape. Breathe in with deep appreciation, and breathe out, connecting to that inner smile. Bring your palms together in deep appreciation for showing up. Thumbs at the heart center, a light little press. One more breath here together. Exhale, we bow, pouring all this yummy goodness out beyond these walls to all those that need a little support and a little kindness today. Namaste. Thank you for your practice.